Hi guys, welcome to Ecuador Homestead. Today in this video, we're going to be showing you how to harvest and cook taro root. Keep watching. Okay, so we got here a taro root right down here, and so you can actually use leaves, but we're not going to do that today. I'll put a link in the YouTube card above where we actually showed you how to cook the leaves, and so I'll leave the link in the YouTube card above. But today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be harvesting and cooking the taro root, the roots, the tubers, and so we're going to be digging this up. We're just going to use a simple shovel, and we're just going to go around the whole entire thing. Just kind of go all the way around this. You don't want to go too close to it because you don't want to hit them, but it's not anything if you've ever harvested cassava. It's not like cassava. It's a little bit different. It's almost like here in Ecuador we actually call this papachino, which literally means the Chinese potato. So we're actually going to take this in and basically make mashed taro root, just like mashed potatoes. And there's other recipes and stuff that you can do with this. And so we're just going to show you mainly how to get the cyanide out of it, and of course harvest it. And then, you can put it in whatever you want to, soups, even make mashed taro root, whatever you want. So we almost got this up. We're just going to do this big pool, and we've got this big clump of dirt. This is taro root out here. Now, we're just start with this, and now you can see there's some tubers on here. It's really small sometimes, and so this is one big tuber, and so we can cut the leaves off and then harvest that. So that's good. We got these small ones too, and so got this one, pretty good size. We can cut this off. We can use the leaves, and even we could also plant this. So if we wanted to, we could plant that. This one's starting to root right here. That's nice. Plant that too, or just eat it. I'll probably just eat it. Here's another one. It's just almost like potatoes, somewhat. However, you gotta cook them to make sure they're, don't have any cyanide in them. So there's another one. And there's sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller, and yeah. So there's actually one over here, like this. There's another one. Here's this too. There's these. So you get a good bit off of one plant. Let's see, there's that one. That's a pretty good size too. Let's see if we get this a good shape. And we found a big head of this. So let's see. There we go. And there's this one. That's a big one. We still got this, and so basically it's pretty simple to harvest this. As for cassava, it's a little bit different since it tends to spread out, so you can't just dig all the way around it. In fear you may hit the food, the bulbs down there. It's kind of hard, a little bit more difficult to get cassava if you've ever done that before. And we're almost done with this. And so this is the last one right here. You can see it has a bunch of little guys coming off of this. We're not going to mess with this too much. There's not really anything else on here. So we're actually just going to take this and put it back in the ground in a few minutes. However, you can take these little guys off here and there. And this, you can either cut this off and use the leaves and use the stem and everything and use the bottom. Or you can take this and just shove this in the ground somewhere else and then have another plant growing. Whatever you prefer. Some will do some ways, some the other. Here's a big clump of taro root. We're just going to take this and break this off. Got that. Just put this all in this pile. And some of them are kind of small, some of them are kind of big, and so there's multiple ways to cook this. Some people actually cook this. What they do is they clean this off really good, and then they put it in some water with some salt, and they boil it, and then they peel the skin off, and it tastes pretty good that way. But there's so many different ways to cook this, so check this thing mound real quick. I think that's it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for harvesting it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring you inside and we're gonna show you how we cook it. And so I'll be back with you in a minute. I'm gonna first wash everything and get it all ready, and then I will bring you along for the cooking process. Okay, so now I brought these in here. I've kind of rinsed them all off. They're rinsed like that. So this is pretty good. to the point that we're ready to move on to the next process. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and we're just going to put this in this thing right over here, and we're just going to boil this for about 15 to 20 minutes and until it gets basically tender, and then where you stick a fork in there and it's good. And then we're going to right after it's done, we're going to show you the next process.
So now that they've boiled and we're fork tender, or approximately 15 to 20 minutes boiling, or maybe a little bit more, just test it with the fork to see if the fork goes all the way in. We're going to peel them with the skins come off real easily. So now we're gonna do that and get them all cleaned off.
And we're just doing a few of these, like all these that you can see right here. We've got a good bit more, but we're just gonna do these on the camera for you. And we're gonna make mashed taro root, basically, just like mashed potatoes. This is, anybody to complain about this is, you know, it's just about the same, right? What do you think? It's about the same.
Well, the one thing is that potatoes don't grow very well here. It's too wet in this part of Ecuador. They grow up in the Andes. We can buy them here, and they're really good, but we can't. We've tried to grow them, but we haven't been real successful at it. So we may try again. But these grow really well, and so we've been trying to eat these as mashed potatoes. They're okay. I like them okay, but of course, I like mashed potatoes, but mashed taro root fills in just fine. So
this is kind of a supplement mainly for this. So okay, so we're gonna go ahead and peel all this, and then we're gonna show you the rest of the process that we're making mashed taro root. And now, actually, you can just, here's one we actually did a little bit ago, and this one you can just eat. You could just eat this by itself. I mean, really, what we did. Oh, one thing yeah, so I mean, you can just eat it like right by itself without anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, like I said a little bit ago, it was boiled in salt water. So yeah, so it has a little bit of flavoring to it, not much. So okay, we're gonna finish this process and doing it. Okay, so we finished peeling this. Now we're just gonna mash this up, and we've got a little bit of salt here, some butter, some milk, and we're gonna mix that all in there. This right here is just the scraps, the skins, and you can actually compost it, or you can feed it to the chickens. We may just feed it to the chickens, and so we may do that in a few minutes.
So now we're gonna cut these up, just to get them in smaller pieces to make it easier to mash.
And then we're just going to use this mash. I mean, it's just like processed mashed potatoes, so we almost don't even show this. But anyways, we're going to show it anyways.
So first we're going to put a little bit of salt in just to taste, just try a little bit just to try to see. And then we're just going to put a little bit of butter in to taste. It's just kind of according to what you like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like mashed potatoes, so I mean, that's what we're making it just like, so we're not doing it any different. And yeah.
And we're just going to mash it up. It's kind of the consistency we want. We don't have an electric mixer, so we are using a hand masher. It is a little bit different consistency. It's a kind of a little bit of a thicker, kind of a pastier kind of tuber than a potato is, but you can mash it and get it kind of mashed down with a little bit of work.
that's pretty much it right there. This is mashed potatoes, mashed taro. It doesn't look the same, anywhere near the same actually. A little bit, well, I mean, a little bit different, but other than that, that's it. We have a lot more here, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video today. So the last thing I want to mention is that once after you cook it for about 15-20 minutes, you can put it into any other a soup or anything, do anything else after that. You don't have to do any other process. You can add soups, whatever you want. The cyanide should have already cooked out, or even stir fry, whatever you want to do with it. Anyways, so this is pretty much the end. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Check me out on Patreon if you haven't already. I'll leave a link in the description. See you next time at Homestead.